I think many of us out there would order octopus at a restaurant, but would never cook it at home. And I don't know why, because it's actually quite easy. Andreas, you're going to show us
That's the idea here today. So it's just very simple. You just buy some octopus. So nowadays, when you go to the market, you get some tentacles. These are from Fremantle.
That's some of the best is from Fremantle.
It is. It is already tenderized.
Okay.
And the way I do it at home, it's like no hassle.
Yeah.
So just octopus in an oven tray. I put some herbs, thyme, bay leaf, some peppercorns, and olive oil.
Whenever I think of octopus, I always think of Greece and all of the octopus tentacles hanging up. I mean, you're from Greece.
I am, from Athens. But like south of Italy uses heaps of octopus.
Yes.
Spain loves the pulpo.
Yeah. Is this quite popular at one of your many restaurants? I mean, I know Tipo 00, but you've also got another 4 restaurants too.
We do, We always have octopus one way or the other on the menu, and it's actually very popular. It's probably the most popular starter on the menu. And that's why I wanted to show how simple it is to cook it.
Yeah. So there's no liquid in this?
There's no liquid. So the octopus will probably release 50% of its liquid.
Okay.
So all we need to do is kind of low temperature, cover it.
Okay.
So if you can cover it for me really well, so all the steam from the juices just gets trapped in there.
Okay.
And then depending on the size, so the Fremantle octopus could be from 1 kilo to 5 kilos. So you cook it from 35 to 45, 50 minutes.
And quite low, the temperature of the oven?
Quite low, 130. So we're doing today at 130. And then also you test it. So some people like it softer than others. I like it to have a bit of a bite.
I agree. I find if it's overcooked, it's just quite mushy and...
Feels like a braised meat, where that's not the idea here.
Okay, I'll pop it in the oven.
All right, so while the octopus is cooking, we're gonna make a dressing.
Okay.
I love Nduja, so it's pretty much like a spreadable salami.
Where is it from?
Calabria. And then another thing I love, and I use it a lot like a seasoning, is anchovies. I put anchovies everywhere.
That's the key word there, seasoning. I think it gets a real bad rap of really fishy and seafoody.
Especially on something like the Nduja, it's pretty strong, quite spicy. So you need the anchovy to give it that savory umami flavor.
Yeah, and we're using good quality anchovies.
Great, yeah. Well, that's the problem with people not liking anchovies. I think most people don't like bad anchovies. And I use all the oil, so this is a bit of an oily dressing.
Right.
Then I've got some sherry vinegar here.
Okay.
Quite a bit of sherry vinegar, so you need a lot of acidity. Octopus loves acidity.
Yep.
And then when we finish the octopus, I even put some lemon juice.
Beautiful.
And then quite a bit of oil, about 200 ml. And you put everything together and you just process it to a smooth paste.
Okay, and no need for salt, obviously, because
no need for salt.
Yeah.
But you always all these things, I always just have a taste.
Absolutely. All right, let's give this a blend.
Let's see how it goes. Let's have a look.
Have a look. Ooh.
Oh, really good.
It's incredible.
You see?
Yeah, how much liquid has come out of it. Look at that. And the smell of the bay leaf. I mean, bay leaf and octopus, just the best.
Yeah, for me a little trick is I check if there is, you see the skin here is falling apart.
Yes.
It is cooked for my preference.
Yeah.
And you can either cook it in a barbecue, like a medium heat, or if you have it in the kitchen in a little griddle pan, it works really well as well.
I'm sorry, my barbecue, it's not working at the moment, so it's on the grill today.
Yeah, so a little bit of oil.
Yes. And you want it to be quite hot, because it's essentially cooked. We're just going to get some smokiness.
You just need some caramelization and all the juice.
Yes. Good sizzle. Doesn't need long, does it?
No, there you go. We're
Yeah.
just gonna turn it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna give it a few minutes on the other side.
Very nice.
what we're doing in the pan, I'm gonna finish it with some lemon juice.
Ooh.
Some olive oil. A lot of olive oil. And some seasoning. So we can just put it on our board
Yes.
to let it rest for a minute. And we'll keep all the juices.
We're going to use those.
We're gonna pour them over the top.
Okay.
All right. So now we can plate our nduja.
All right. There we go. Nice, big, generous plate.
A lot of nduja. This is perfect also if you got leftover. Some chargrilled bread. Fresh anchovy on top. Thin layer of nduja. Nice little snack.
Well, hopefully you'll leave me a little bit because I'm going to take you up on that.
You should. There you go.
Gorgeous. Thank you.
Like this. There. I'll do some nice.
See that? It's so tender.
It's tender, but it doesn't look like
Exactly.
braised meat.
I might have a little taste of that little
course.
bit right there. Look at that. That's incredible. I feel like I've been cooking octopus the wrong way for so long.
It is a good way to do it.
Yeah, it's that technique of popping it in the oven, no liquid, allowing its natural juices to come out,
Yeah.
and the texture. But you can't overcook it now, and I think maybe I have been overcooking it, worried that it's going to be chewy, but just that slight bite that you got, the slight springiness, elevates it so much more.
I love that texture.
Yeah. And then the char-grilled smokiness of it just at the end there. And something like this is a beautiful entree that you can emulate at home, at that technique of cooking the octopus, but very simple. It's attainable.
It is a very simple one. Just finish it with all these beautiful lemon, olive oil,
Yes.
caramelized octopus juices.
I just love everything that you cook, from your pastas to your gnocchis to octopus. And the best thing about it is really that simple.
It is very simple.
Thank you.
Thank you.